Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Crypto, Coffee and LoFi. Before we get started, a special thanks to Globe Exchange for sponsoring this series. Easily some of the most competitive fee structures in the game. They're a fairly new exchange, but I'm excited for what they have planned over the next year and a half. So click the link in the description below. Go and sign up with them. Also, we have a free Discord where I share all of my trades and share all of my strategy. It's all free, and the link for that is in the description below as well. So it has been a little while since I've made one of these episodes, and I feel like I've been pretty much repeating myself for the better part of a year. The current market conditions that we're in right now aren't really favorable for me to be trading. So it is just one of those periods where I really just have to focus on not doing anything, and it can be difficult, especially when you log onto the charts every day. You have money to trade with. You want to try to look for opportunities that aren't there. So I haven't really been trading. I think over the last month, I've probably taken maybe 10 or 15 trades, not much at all. But either way, I'm going to go over my thoughts here on BTC quickly, just updating you guys. There isn't really much to report on, but yeah, let's just get started. So if you guys are new here, I'm essentially just using one pattern to find support, resistance, accumulation, distribution, and then using that same pattern again to actually execute my position. So that pattern, simply put, is just a sweep that is then followed by a structure break. So in a bearish example, I'd wait for a sweep of a level followed by a break of the low that took the high. Once we get that break, I then look for the same pattern to form again inside the range between the low and the newly formed high. Okay, so that's pretty much the entire strategy. So what I do when I first look at a chart is I will mark out areas of liquidity. So pockets of liquidity being like a double top or a double bottom. Okay, once I do that, I'll then mark out previous areas of accumulation and distribution. So right here we have a sweep. Here we have a sweep and a break, another sweep and a break. So that's some distribution that we haven't yet retested. Here we've taken out these equal highs. This is the low that took those highs, and we broke below it right there, and we haven't yet retested it. On top of that, we now have equal highs here. And then we also have equal lows here. So when we are sitting in the middle of a range like this, it's not really the most ideal time for me to be entering. What I would like to do is wait for a sweep of either side of the range. So let's say we sweep up above, and then we start to distribute after sweeping above, then I can look to get short. Or if we take the lows and then start to accumulate, then I can get long. But until we do that, trying to take intraday positions inside of this, inside the middle of the range here is a sure way to get chopped up. And I explained in the previous video that we have broken out of this trend line that started all the way at the very top of last year's bull cycle. So keeping that in mind too, I'm not saying that we have bottomed here, but we spent a few months, pretty much the entire year, or at least since June, just sitting in this range. And that could be accumulation, but for now, there's not enough evidence, in my opinion, to suggest that we have formed the bottom. I know a lot of you guys will be interested in what a bottom might actually look like, where we'll see some kind of expansion to the upside. So here we have all of these equal lows. Resting below these lows is a bunch of liquidity. Now, like I explained in the previous tutorial video, the market manipulation video, rather than trying to predict if we take these lows, are we going to shoot up and start a mini uptrend? What I would do instead is wait for price to reach below the lows and see if we accumulate. So if we move below these lows, retest the trend line and get the pattern that I'm trading, so a sweep and then a break, and that tells me, okay, players are using this liquidity to enter some positions and sellers are no longer interested in selling below these lows. So until we get something like that, or at least a sweep of these lows, then I think assuming that we're going to go into any kind of uptrend is probably not the smartest idea. Now, for the lower time frame traders that are looking for scalps, like in a position for 10 or 15 minutes, I'd be looking at Monday's low just here. So if we can take out Monday's low and similar to the equal lows below here, accumulate below it, then you could get long and possibly target the range high or these highs just here. And until we get something like that, I'm just going to be staying flat. ETH has a similar story. Like I said, it is just one of those times where you are much better off just sitting on your hands and preserving your capital. Find something else to do. I believe Adam actually had a potential setup here. But I'm really not interested in risking too much either. So if we take a look at the daily, you can see we've taken out these equal lows here. Okay, and we do have a sweep here as well, followed by a break in structure. So there isn't any setup yet, but what I'm looking for on the hourly is something like this. So we've taken out that low, we've broken above the high here. There's still no setup, but if we can get a follow through over the next few hours, so we have a sweep, if we can get a break and let's say a H4 close above this level, then you could enter long, then validations, hypothetically, not saying you should follow with live funds, but you could enter long with a stop loss below here and just targeting these equal highs. So pretty simple stuff. I'm not sure that the plan will even follow through though, because I am expecting a small drop and everything else, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, guys, I'm going to end that here. I know I haven't been very consistent with these videos, but that's just because the market is not fucking moving one bit at all. And I'm just using my time elsewhere. So if you enjoyed the video, you can like, comment, subscribe. Remember, we have a free Discord and you can click the link in the description below. And make sure to sign up with Globe Exchange as well. It helps us out. Helps us run the streams and run these episodes. Anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.